Hey guys, it's Kufu here, and today I got a new video for you guys, basically to set up your PC with the best settings possible for, high performance esport gaming, essentially. I've been seeing a lot of you guys have, I'm not gonna lie, like the most horrendous, terrible settings, just in like every application. You guys are lagging. So, I hear you guys, you gotta, I hear you guys, so I'm just, here to help you. And let's get right into it. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is go to settings. You're gonna want to go to gaming. You're gonna go to game bar, turn this off. Then you're gonna want to go to game mode, turn this on, right? Then you want to go to adjust. This will open up. This here will basically disable all the visual effects and everything in the background, but I left on show thumbnails instead of icons, smooth edges and screen fonts, and smooth scroll list, because you don't want your PC to like look trash, because like especially the fonts one, if you turn this off, the fonts are gonna be jagged when you're typing, all that stuff. It's gonna look terrible. Don't do that. So yeah, but if you really want like the best of the best, you could just like, put it on best performance. It should like take all of these off, or just click all these off visually. And yeah, that's the first one. Second one is to go to control panel, right? So you're gonna want to go to control panel, hardware and sound, power options, and then for power plan, I just recommend high performance, because a lot of times people will go into like the people go into the command prompts and find out, or just like the registry files or command prompts or whatever, and find ways to put on ultimate performance. And a lot of the times they don't know what they're doing, and like it's different from PC to PC depending on like what you need to check and not check. So I don't want to be telling you guys to like do that. Essentially, like if you know what you're doing, you like research it, like you can do it like properly. But for most people, just go high performance. You should be fine. Second, you want to go to your mouse settings. I turn off sensitivity stages. I don't know why you'd be changing your sensitivity constantly. Basically, you have your polling rate. I don't know why it's at 1,000, but I currently use 2,000. With the Razer, you could do the in-game, so you're not constantly wasting battery life. Oh, it was on that. But basically, what you want to change next, once you do this, is go to mouse settings, right? You want to go to additional mouse settings. You want to make sure this is in the middle, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the sixth one, right? Same thing with this one. You want to make sure this is, in the sixth one. Make sure you take off enhanced points of precision. This is mouse excel. Turn this off if I see you using this. At least if you're going to use mouse excel, like use an actual application, don't use the Windows one. It's not very good. And yeah, you should be good. Apply that. Right? There's just some more other stuff for control panel. Make sure you're on the highest refresh rate. I'm seeing a lot of people mess with their gamma settings. It's not that bad to mess up with your gamma settings, but the problem is that depending on what game you're playing, this could either like really reduce your visibility. So if you want to mess around in here, like you can, just make sure you like know what you want, or the end picture of what you want. Then you have this, that doesn't really matter. HTTP doesn't really matter. Yeah, you want to keep it on. Well, this depends. Like, this just depends on your situation. I'm gonna skip over this. Yeah, your main thing is the 240 hertz. You just want to make sure you're on the highest refresh rate, basically. And then, go to NVIDIA, download GeForce Experience, the newest one online. Yeah, just download GeForce Experience, the newest one online. Make sure you're on the latest graphics drivers and whatnot, so you get the highest or the latest performance and everything. If you're not on the latest drivers, I see mad people just not updating regularly. If you're not on the latest drivers and your game starts lagging, this is honestly the first thing you should check, if I'm being real, just your graphics drivers, right? Another thing that I don't see a lot of people liking to check is their temperatures. Like they have, so their PC, they're just not checking if it's like, you know, moving proper, right? So, or they're not checking if it's being cooled correctly and like different stuff. So if your PC's overheating, you would have no way of knowing that if you don't check it, right? So I got this like NZXT cam. You can download it. There's a bunch of other software you can use too, but this one's just the one I have because I have an NZXT cooler, right? And it's gonna tell you all your temps essentially. So for your CPU, 29 degrees is fine. You don't, once this goes over like, I'd say about 60, for my GPU, it's at 30 right now because I'm not really doing anything. You want to keep everything just below what the manufacturer recommends. So like if you're doing nothing and it's at like 80 degrees, you know, you're in like trouble. Same thing with GPU. Yeah, so this is pretty basic stuff, just PC stuff in general. And then when you're in games, and also what you want to do for Discord is go into settings, game overlay, and make sure the game overlay is disabled. This is something really important. If this is on, it's going to cause slight delay, not crazy, but there's no reason to have this on, honestly. Or at least if you have it on, put it on a different monitor. Same thing with Steam. Come over here, settings, in-game, and then disable this in-game overlay. Sometimes this can be helpful on Steam, but most of the time it's just going to cause delay, so I'd just definitely disable this. I'm using Fortnite as a test game, you know, because a lot of people play it, and I think it's pretty universal. You can use this settings for like other games too, right? But basically, you know, put your FPS to match your monitor's refresh rate, turn VSync off, make sure you're full screen. Honestly, everything, unless you're playing like a single player game, just like put everything on low. I got view distance on Epic because, you know, you see ahead of you. Yeah, just basic stuff like this. You need to make sure you got going on. Honestly, for game settings, like I feel like you guys should know the game settings. If you play the game, you'll understand. Yeah, and let me get into how you should be setting up when you're playing. Okay, guys. So basically, what you want to be doing is just real quick. You want to sit down. Make sure, move my mic out of the way. Make sure that your arm is resting on the desk, on the pad, 90-degree angle. This is how you should be playing. Make sure that your hand doesn't have to be necessarily rest on the desk. Like it could be on the armrest, but make sure like, you know, it's just comfortable. You got enough space for your keyboard. You can tilt it slightly if you need to, you know, just basic stuff like that. And make sure your wireless dongle is in front of the mouse to get the lowest latency possible. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know I haven't been uploading very consistently lately, so you know, I'm trying to get back on the grind. Appreciate all y'all. Peace.